Section 1. The Global Race for Knowledge. Why Education Defines Our Future. In a world where knowledge drives prosperity and innovation, education is the most powerful currency of the 21st century. High-quality schooling unlocks opportunity, shapes health and well-being, and fuels social mobility. For nations, an educated populace is the engine of economic growth and resilience. The global search for the best education system isn't just about rankings, it's about learning from each other to elevate outcomes for all. Ultimately, the goal is to ensure every child, everywhere can reach their full potential and help build a better future. Section 2. A History of Measurement, the Birth of Global Education Rankings. Comparing education systems globally is a recent phenomenon, emerging as economies became more interconnected. The OECD, founded in 1961, recognized education as key to economic and social well-being. Early comparisons focused on inputs like enrollment and spending, but the real shift came in the 1990s, measuring what students actually learn. This led to international assessments like TIMSS, and most notably, PISA, in 2000, which tested 15-year-olds' real-world skills. PISA's results shocked many, revealing unexpected strengths and weaknesses, and sparking a new era of global education reform. Today, these rankings drive policy and inspire countries to learn from each other's successes and failures. Section 3. Understanding the Yardsticks. PISA, PIAC, and the OECD's Toolkit. PISA remains the gold standard for assessing how well 15-year-olds apply knowledge in reading, math, and science. The OECD's PIAC survey extends this by measuring adult skills, literacy, numeracy, and problem-solving across the workforce. TALIS gives voice to teachers and school leaders, while the SSES explores students' social and emotional skills. These tools offer a nuanced, diagnostic view of education, not just a ranking. By combining data, policymakers can pinpoint strengths, address weaknesses, and adapt best practices from around the world. The goal isn't a single verdict, but a roadmap for continuous improvement. International assessments are catalysts for evidence-based change. Section 4. The Usual Suspects. Unpacking the success of top-performing nations. Countries like Singapore, Estonia, Japan, South Korea, and Canada consistently top global education rankings. Singapore's success comes from a coherent curriculum, strong teacher development, and a culture that values learning. Estonia proves small nations can excel, combining equity with digital innovation and early childhood education. Japan and South Korea emphasize rigor and teacher expertise, though high pressure can impact student well-being. Canada stands out for equity and support for immigrant students, despite its decentralized system. These nations show there's no single path to excellence, but common threads include teacher quality, equity, and innovation. Around the world, the pursuit of educational excellence takes many forms. There is no single formula for creating a world-class education system. The paths to excellence are as diverse as the nations that travel them. Each country brings its own history, culture, and priorities to the classroom, shaping how students learn and teachers teach. In East Asian systems like South Korea's, education is highly centralized, with standardized curricula and rigorous national exams. This approach ensures consistent quality and high academic standards across the country, but it can also create intense pressure for students. The focus on discipline, respect, and hard work is deeply rooted in cultural values, and families often invest heavily in after-school tutoring to help their children succeed. Finland, by contrast, takes a very different path. Here, teachers are trusted with significant autonomy in the classroom, and there is a strong emphasis on creativity, collaboration, and student well-being. High-stakes standardized testing is avoided, allowing for a more holistic, student-centered approach that nurtures curiosity and lifelong learning. Finnish schools prioritize play, exploration, and individualized support, believing that happy students learn best. Despite their differences, both Singapore and Finland share a crucial similarity. Teaching is a highly respected and competitive profession. Only the top graduates are selected to become teachers, and ongoing professional development is a priority. This investment in teacher quality ensures that students benefit from passionate, knowledgeable educators who are committed to their growth. Funding models also vary widely. High spending doesn't always guarantee strong results, as seen in places like New York, where significant resources don't always translate to high achievement. Meanwhile, countries like Estonia have achieved remarkable educational outcomes with more modest investments, focusing on efficiency and targeted support. The key is not just how much is spent, but how resources are used. Targeted support for struggling students, competitive teacher pay, and investment in digital infrastructure can make a significant difference. Effective allocation of resources helps ensure that every child has the opportunity to succeed, regardless of background. Ultimately, each education system reflects the unique cultural values and aspirations of its society. While the approaches may differ, all must find ways to balance quality, equity, and innovation, preparing students not just for exams, but for life in a rapidly changing world. Section 6. Cracks in the foundation. Inequality, funding, and the skills mismatch. Socioeconomic background remains a major predictor of educational success, perpetuating cycles of disadvantage. Equitable funding is crucial, yet many countries still see vast disparities between wealthy and poor schools. Arizona's underfunded, overcrowded classrooms show how resource gaps hurt the most vulnerable. Meanwhile, a growing mismatch exists between what students learn and the skills employers need, with adult literacy and numeracy stagnating. Degree completion rates are low, and many students leave higher education with debt but no diploma. Gender gaps persist, with women graduating at higher rates. Addressing these cracks requires urgent targeted policy action. Section 7. The digital disruption. AI, technology, and the classroom of tomorrow. AI and digital tools are transforming education, enabling personalized learning and freeing teachers for deeper engagement. But technology also risks widening inequality if access isn't equitable. As AI automates routine tasks, schools must focus on teaching critical thinking, creativity, and ethical reasoning. Students need to learn to work with AI, question its outputs, and understand its limits. Simply adding devices won't improve learning. Success depends on vision, teacher training, and thoughtful integration. The digital divide is a real threat. Countries must invest in infrastructure and support for all. The leaders of tomorrow will be those who harness technology to empower every learner. Section 8. Voices from the field. Expert perspectives on the path forward. Experts agree. Higher education's value is clear, but affordability and access are urgent concerns worldwide. The rising cost of tuition and associated fees can be prohibitive for many families, making scholarships and financial aid essential. Additionally, international students face unique challenges, from visa issues to cultural adjustments, which require targeted support systems. Funding matters, but it must be equitable and smartly targeted. Money alone doesn't guarantee results. Effective allocation of resources can bridge gaps, but it requires careful planning and oversight. Investments in technology, infrastructure, and teacher training are crucial, yet they must be balanced with the needs of underfunded schools to ensure no student is left behind. Policy experiments like New York's smartphone ban and New Jersey's mental health initiatives show the diversity of approaches to student well-being. These policies highlight the importance of addressing both academic and non-academic factors in education. Mental health support, for instance, is becoming increasingly recognized as vital for student success, alongside traditional academic measures. Local context matters. Quality varies within countries, states, and even districts. Urban schools often have more resources compared to their rural counterparts, leading to significant disparities in educational outcomes. Addressing these disparities requires tailored strategies that consider the unique challenges and strengths of each community. The real work happens in classrooms, led by empowered teachers and school leaders. Teachers are the front line of education, and their ability to inspire and engage students is paramount. Professional development and support for teachers and principals are essential to foster an environment where students can thrive. National data provides a big picture, but real progress comes from supporting those on the ground. Community involvement and local initiatives play a critical role in driving educational improvements. Mentorship programs, parental engagement, and community partnerships can significantly enhance the educational experience for students. The path forward is evidence-based, collaborative, and focused on both excellence and equity. By leveraging data and fostering collaboration among educators, policymakers, and communities, we can create an education system that not only strives for high standards, but also ensures that every student has the opportunity to succeed. Section 9. Beyond the league tables. The true meaning of a world-class education. When we talk about world-class education, it's easy to focus on rankings and statistics, but the true essence goes far deeper than numbers or league tables. It's about creating learning environments where every student, regardless of background, feels valued and inspired to reach their full potential. Global rankings are useful, but the real value lies in learning from diverse systems and sharing best practices. When educators and policymakers from around the world come together, they exchange ideas that spark innovation and drive meaningful change. This global dialogue helps us understand what truly works in education, and how we can adapt those lessons to our own communities. The best education systems believe in every child's potential, invest in teachers, and foster collaboration over competition. They recognize that teachers are the heart of education, and that supporting their growth leads to better outcomes for students. In these classrooms, students learn to work together, solve problems, and celebrate each other's successes. They see education as a long-term investment, not a cost to be minimized. Forward-thinking governments and communities allocate resources to ensure schools are well-equipped, safe, and welcoming. They understand that investing in education today builds a stronger, more resilient society for generations to come. For parents and citizens, the call is to engage with evidence, advocate for equity, and champion the teaching profession. By participating in school life and supporting teachers, families, and communities, help create a culture where learning is valued and every child has the opportunity to thrive. A world-class education nurtures curiosity, resilience, and critical thinking, not just test scores. It encourages students to ask questions, explore new ideas, and develop the skills they need to navigate an ever-changing world. True learning is about more than memorizing facts. It's about building character and a lifelong love of discovery. Opportunity must be shared and every individual empowered to contribute. Inclusive education ensures that no one is left behind, and that diversity is celebrated as a strength. When students support one another, they build empathy and a sense of belonging that lasts a lifetime. The journey to educational excellence is ongoing, collaborative, and defines our collective future. By working together, across borders, cultures, and generations, we can create education systems that truly prepare every learner for the challenges and opportunities ahead.